Hello, everybody. Brandon, I want to thank you for setting up this meeting and the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you. I know that I'm new here. It was my first time to this venue. So I want to thank you for doing that. And I just want to say a few words about myself and about my platform and why I'm running. I'm Castro-Mendoza, and I'm I won't move too far away from the camera. I am a Navy veteran, almost a 10-year high school teacher, taught all the sciences, and I'm also a farmer rancher now. And I'm an immigrant. Okay, I came here when I was 7 years old, and I am the product of what I call America and the American dream. And I'm running because that American dream, or the pursuit of the American dream, is becoming harder and harder and harder for people, especially our young people. And I've talked to a lot of young people on the campaign trail, and here's what they're telling me. It's just too hard. Living is unaffordable. And when I hear that, it breaks my heart, because I have 4 children, 4 grown children. My son is 37 years old. He can afford a home. And you know why he can afford a home? Because I helped him with the down payment. My daughter's 35 years old. She is a Navy veteran. She went to the Naval Academy. Then she became a nun, and now she's out of the monastery, and she's back in the workforce. Guess what? It's really tough for her to find a job that pays well enough to afford living. My other daughter's 35 years old. I'm 30 years old. She went to NYU, one of the most expensive schools in the country, by the way. And she works for an art dealer in New York. It's way below what her training is. And then I have a 4th daughter who is 25 years old, who is working on a master's. She may be able to get a job, but she's gonna have to worry about what AI is going to do when she graduates in a couple of years. So I'm working to restore the prosperity of the middle class as it should be, and the working class people. I want people to earn an honest dollar for a day's work, just like I did when I was a kid, okay? And when I say an honest dollar, I'm talking about a living wage. There's no reason why our wages should be as low as they are when corporate entities are making billions of dollars off the backs of the American people. And let's not kid ourselves. We are the American people. When you look around, when I travel through Port Lavaca, when I travel to Aransas, San Jacinto County, Calhoun County here, Lockhart, where I was at yesterday, and all the areas in between, one thing is very clear: people want change. And here's what you have to decide as voters, in my honest opinion. You have 3 candidates right now running in the primary. You have to decide who is going to be the candidate that's going to carry forward, that's going to carry through, that's going to be here every day to represent you. Michael Cloud has not represented you, and I haven't seen the guy. I was in front of his office 2 weeks ago. Okay, I didn't see him. We were there, probably 50 or 60 of us. We were protesting. Okay, we have that right. It's our First Amendment right, and we have the right to bring grievances to our government. And we don't need to be threatened. I'm a military veteran. I will never be threatened. As a military veteran, I guarantee you that I will stand up to the powers that be. And as a military veteran, having worked on many, many major campaigns, I can tell you that I can also work across the aisle, because we got to bring people together. And that's the key. So yeah, we can talk about the issues all day long. We know what they are, but you have to decide who's the best candidate to carry those issues forward and to bring solutions to the table. Because we don't need idle talk. We need solutions. And I think I'm the guy that can bring those solutions to the table. And I'm Castro-Mendoza, and I'm running for the 27th Congressional District in Texas that stretches all the way from North Bastrop and Travis and Hays County to Nueces. And I've traveled the whole entire district. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No one's got any questions?
do you live?
What's that?
Where do you live?
I live in Old Glory, Texas. Right now, I live in Old Glory, which is about 240 miles
Oh, okay.
north of it.
Hello, I'm Jenna Lloyd. I've had the pleasure of speaking to all of you so far today. I'm here on behalf of Tanya Lloyd. She's running for Congress, Congressional District 27. Again, this is her second time running in this seat. I'm her daughter, so I am a product of the work my mom has put in for the last 24 years of my life, but then also before that, right? My mom was a school teacher of 19 years in a Title I school district, which I'm sure a lot of y'all can relate to what a Title I school district is, because that just means our student body is really poor, because I think it's like over 80% of them qualify for free and reduced lunch. Our school district was one of the first school districts to make sure every student had free breakfast and free lunch every single day, regardless of their ability to qualify for free and reduced lunch, which is pretty cool. So both of my parents actually have been working in this district for a long time. I graduated from there in 2020. It's been a while since I've spoken to a group of people, so forgive me. My mom's reason for running in this race to begin with was in 2024, in the 2024 election cycle, Michael Cloud was going to run unopposed. She had seen this post from the Calhoun County Democratic Party. That's where we live, that's where we're from, that's our local county party. And she looked at my dad, they were both sitting in the living room, probably watching like Wheel of Fortune or something. And she looked across the room to my dad and said, "Guess what, I'm running for office." And then she called me and I was like, you're what now? Because I was in my living room in Kingsville, just completely unaware of what was going on at home, right? But my mom decided to run for this office because the people of this district deserve a choice, and they deserve someone who understands what's going on here and can fight for the people in this district. She's been fighting for students in her classroom for the last 19 years, and she will continue to fight for the families of this district in DC. Her big things are healthcare, right? Universal healthcare. One of the main reasons she stepped in this race in the first place was because Michael Cloud is 100% pro-life, no exceptions, and my mom could not stand to see that be the person representing us in Congress. She has her own story for that. I was born 10 weeks early. For those of you aware of how severe that is, I was a 3-pound, 6-ounce baby. I spent 6 weeks in the NICU. My mom had an emergency C-section at 30 weeks because her blood platelets had dropped to 103,000 the morning that I was born. Below 100,000, your blood does not clot anymore. That means you die, right? You bleed out. And so, thankfully, I was born healthy, if not very tiny, baby. But the syndrome that she had, HELP syndrome, can happen at any point in pregnancy. And it's just preeclampsia. So if you're familiar with what preeclampsia is, it's a very severe form of that. I did a whole paper on it in college, so I know that. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling a little bit, my bad. My mom got into this race for those reasons. But as she's traveled the district the last 2.5 years campaigning, she has found that healthcare across the board is a huge issue, right? So many of our rural counties maybe have one hospital at best, and they can't deliver all the services that a hospital can provide because they're underfunded. Recent cuts to Medicaid make that even worse. For example, Lockhart, Caldwell County has one hospital, it's in Luling, no labor and delivery ward. The emergency room can only handle some kinds of emergencies. If not, they should be to Kyle or Austin. And it's only worse the further you get out from a major city. So I don't know the state of healthcare in Fort Lavaca super well, but I can imagine it's not ideal in most cases. Simply because underfunding is real and makes it a real struggle The other reason my mom ran for this race is public education. The federal government can fund up to 40% of our public education, and they don't. So they can, and they don't use that funding to the full extent. Federal funding funds CTE, which is career and technical education, so think FFA, CNA programs, welding programs, auto shop programs, all of those things, that's all federally funded, and special ed programs are also federally funded. So her goal in Congress is to fully fund, to the extent that Congress can, our public education systems, and healthcare, education, and just livable wage, right? Affordability of today's world is insane. I would know, right? I'm a 24-year-old that just graduated college. I didn't get a job until like 3 weeks ago. I have a whole degree with a minor, right? I will never be able to afford a home, right? At this point in my life, I'm not sure I could buy my own car, right? And my mom sees that firsthand because I'm living with her, right? So she knows the struggles that young people are facing intimately because she's helped me through all of that. And so she wants to fight for people across this district in DC. And Tanya Lloyd for Congress, we have signs and buttons, stickers, everything. So please feel free to take something, feel free to ask me questions. But it's been an honor having me here today, so thank you all. Questions, comments, concerns?
Okay, Mark, you're up.
Awesome.
I'm not even getting the national stuff, but y'all cover that pretty well. Good enough? Okay. Everybody, my name is Mark Gonzales. I'm running for Precinct 1 County Commissioner. I was born and raised here in Port Lavaca, Texas. Growing up, I guess all-American kid. I was a Boy Scouts, altar boy for the church. Graduated from Victoria College. Went off to Bryan to go to college, and I had my two roommates who were like me. We were sand crab players. And anyways, while I was up there, I ended up getting a job for Union Carbide and recently retired after 38 years working at the plants, Union Carbide, and then Dow bought us out. Worked for Dow for a couple of years, then I went over to Formosa, worked at Formosa for 20 years. So I have a pretty good understanding, I think, of what the county needs as far as money and how we need industry, but how we need the industry tax dollars to help us. As commissioner, I don't want to do a cliche, but if I get elected, my door's always going to be open for everybody, whether they're my precinct or not, because I need to know what people need in the county. And it's a shame because, like I said, born and raised here, the population was 10,000, and it's still 10,000. We have not grown. The powers that be do not want this town to grow. We're trying to keep everything the way it is. And you have to grow to survive. You can't be stagnant. So, you know, my thing is, I think there's so much potential. We have beaches, which my precinct, that's what it would cover if I get elected, would be the beach area, and of course a lot of town area, but there's a lot of room for improvement. And that's what I would like to do, but I need everybody's help to tell me what they would like, and that's what I'm supporting, and that's what I'm running for. I'm running to make Calhoun County the best it could be. Do I have any questions?